I feel like October went by so quickly. It's one of my favorite months of the year, and I definitely feel like I did a good job romanticizing the season, but I could have gone harder, and I feel that way every year. So maybe, I just need to give myself some spooky season grace. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Blaine Christopher, and this is Blaine's Book Club. I got a haircut, I got a little mullet going on, business in the front, party in the back, am I right? I hope everyone had a really fun Halloween weekend and recovered well. I sure did, and am low-key still recovering, which is why this video is not coming out at its usual time. This is not for you to play with. This is for me, not for you. Talking to my cat. I absolutely love watching people's reading wrap-ups, and I'm gonna start doing them because, well, it just looked like so much fun. Some of my favorite creators that do wrap-ups are Book Bench and Books and Lala. I was watching their videos and I was like, time for me to film mine. Books and Lala, though, she's on a whole other level. She read 20 books this month? What? How does someone read 20 books in a month? That's crazy. Some people don't read 20 books in a year. I admire her work ethic, and I'm also perplexed by her work ethic. And then Book Bench is so intelligent and has great taste and just kind of chic. I feel more demure when I watch some Book Bench. Those two are my inspiration for this video. I'm gonna do my October reading wrap up. I'm gonna rank the books I've read this month from my least favorite to favorite, talk about them a little bit. Usually I create an outline for my videos just so I can stay on topic, get to the point, consolidate my many thoughts in my brain. I didn't make one for this video, so I'm feeling a little chaotic today. So we're gonna lead into that. I read 6 books this month. 4 of them are in the horror thriller genre. One of them is a romance, and one of them is like a contemporary or literary fiction vibe. Before I get into my rankings, I just want to say I started reading You Should Be So Lucky by Cat Sebastian in October, but I still haven't finished it. I've low-key been savoring it because I am obsessed with this book. Thank you so much, Animo Shoshin, I think is how you say it. She recommended me this book in the comments, and I will be reading everything Cat Sebastian has ever written. I am addicted, and obviously this is not going to be a part of my wrap up. I just wanted to give it a quick moment because I am really loving it. It's a historical fiction romance. It's queer, cozy, but also plot driven. I really love the characters, and that's all I'm going to say for now. All right, let's get into the rankings of the books I've read in October. Starting out with my least favorite of the month, we have See You at the Finish Line by Zach Hammett. If you watch my videos, I read this in the second 24-hour reading challenge, and I read it in one night. If I wasn't doing a reading challenge, this book would have taken me forever to read because I just simply would not have wanted to pick it up. Overall, give this book 2.5 stars. There were a few moments I enjoyed myself. Here's what I'll say. I love a queer romance, and I can read about queer people doing anything, and the most basic love story fill my stomach with butterflies. So often I have to ask myself, would I still enjoy this book if it was a heterosexual cis couple? And the answer is no. I actually felt similar as I did with Emily Henry's Happy Place, where I just really didn't enjoy the main love interests, and so therefore the book kind of falls flat for me, because if it's a romance book and I don't really like the romance, then what are we doing? It needs a really strong plot to hold itself up, and I don't think this plot was strong enough. What I did enjoy was reading about rowing. I liked reading about the Ivy League adjacent universities of the UK. The writing felt a little juvenile for my taste, and I don't mean that in a condescending way, even though it sounds so condescending. I just mean felt like 13-year-old me would have eaten this the fuck up. It's just not for me in this current era of my life. Next up, we have on my brand new Kindle, Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives. It is a young adult slasher book. I read the first one earlier this year and really enjoyed it. This book felt a little mid to me, so I gave it 2.75 stars. We're getting a little nitpicky. I'm glad that Adam Caesar has continued to make Quinn, our final girl, a fighter. She started training with the character Rust, and so it's been really fun to see her kind of fight back and just be like fucking over this shit. The other characters just really fell flat for me. And I think a big reason I liked the first book is because I liked the character so much. I was rooting for them. Cole, in this book, he was giving spoiled brat, kind of, or just like really turned me off. There wasn't really even a redemption arc for him at the end of the book that made me like root for him. I will read the third book and we'll see if there is some kind of redemption with Cole there for me. So I can root for him and Rust again because I loved them in the first book. Because then it makes his fight to survive more imperative to me as a reader, which will keep me on my toes in those moments where I'm like, will he make it? Will he not make it? I saw this review on Goodreads that said that this book felt like a filler book between this book and the third book, and I'm definitely getting those vibes. I loved some of the kills in the book. I wasn't really into the twists and turns like I was in the first book. And that's kind of the difficult part about writing a sequel, probably, that it's going to be compared to the first book, so it needs to be even better. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives. Next, we have We Love You Bunny by Mona Awad. I did a whole video reviewing this book, so I'm not going to talk about too much in this video. I ended up giving this book 3 stars. I think I'm going to keep it at that after further reflection. I enjoyed the new plot of the book. I did not enjoy the bunnies talking to Samantha about their POV, only because I felt like it was just trying to explain things to the audience rather than letting me as a reader like get lost into the story and figure things out, which to me is what made the first book so special, is that we kind of were able to think deeper about the plot and what we think actually happened. This book just hands it to you in a really boring way. But the new plot that we got from this book, I loved, which is why it's 3 stars, because I need more of the character of Arius, even though I did love the ending for him. There's rumors, or it's confirmed, or maybe I should look this up before I talk about it, but I'm just going to talk about it anyway. I heard that there's a 3rd book being written, and I'm like, how? So we'll see what happens. I really loved Bunny, and I will continue to be curious about that universe. Next up in my ranking, with 3.5 stars, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I had a grand old time reading this book. My biggest critique is that I wouldn't want to reread this book. Now, you could argue that books shouldn't be ranked based on that, but the reason I say that is because I feel like books shouldn't really rely on the twist to make it a good story. And I feel like why people love this book so much is because of the main twist. And so that was low-key kind of spoiled for me. So without having that shock value, I still enjoyed the book, but it was just okay. So I think 3.5 stars really reflects that. And 3.5 is still a good rating. Like, I still think it's a good book. In conclusion, the twist shouldn't be what makes a book good. And that might be the case for this book, in my opinion. Next, with 3.95 stars. I don't know why that cracks me up. Just like give it a 4, girl. Is Less by Andrew Sean Greer. This book follows the character of Arthur Less. He is a writer, and he is a gay man in his 40s, I believe, and he is taking a trip around the world doing all of these like press tour things to distract him and everyone else from his absence at his ex-lover's wedding. He was in love with his frenemy's son, which is a little strange. I accepted it. He is much younger than Arthur Less. So Arthur Less was kind of like, you need to live your life and you'll find a husband and move on from me. I'm too old for you. And his lover did, and is getting married. And so Arthur Less, to distract himself, is traveling around the world, doing an eat, pray, love thing. The situational comedy in this book is gold. It is so funny. I laughed out loud so much throughout the book. I don't think the ending makes the most sense to me. I wasn't gagged like I think a lot of people were, but kind of a callback to The Silent Patient. I didn't need the twist or whatever at the end to make the book good. I had a great time on the journey without any kind of twist. I highly recommend this book. There is a sequel, I found out, so I'll be reading that sometime in the future. And it won a Pulitzer Prize. Crazy. Okay. Holy shit. I'm sitting on my floor because I just wanted to like switch up the vibes, and my feet are asleep, bitch. Oh my god. Ow. This is so annoying. I can't sit crisscross applesauce without my foot falling asleep. Freaking old as fuck. It's my birthday month, by the way. I'm turning 28. We're back. We are so back. The sixth and final book in my ranking is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. And I give this book 4 stars. My stepmom, Kathy, recommended it to me, and I remember texting her, or maybe I called her, and I was like, I am about to enter the fictional world of this book and all these fuck-ass men. I want to become a vampire and suck the blood and kill all of the husbands in this book. Because sexism is a theme in this book, you know? The husbands are sexist. It's kind of like Desperate Housewives meets horror, but they could have leaned into the clique of the book club way more. I would have loved to explore that friend group deeper, but they come together in a way at the end that is so fun, in a way that solidified its 4th star for me. I just really wish we got more of that. Not nearly enough gore or slaying of vampires, but there are some really gross moments in this book, and I love that. Definitely had me thinking about Southern culture. I grew up in North Carolina, and this idea of hiding behind what we present to the world so hard that it almost traps you, and you have to kind of fight your way out of this person that you've created to find your true self. And I think this is written in a way that really showcases that struggle for our main character, and I loved it. I want to get into more Grady Hendrix because this book was campy and a little scary, but also like had a lot of heart. I'm really into it. I saw online that there were talks and this becoming an HBO series, which I totally clocked while reading this. I was like, HBO would eat this shit up, but apparently that's on hold right now because of like creative differences or whatever. Apparently it's hard for them to blend so many genres in the correct way, and I'm kind of like, I feel like y'all can do it. Just do it. Who cares? Like, who cares? Blend the genres, babe. You know, when you're reading a book and you're visualizing everything in your head and you're kind of setting the scene, you have your own little movie in your head. My version of this book in my head is a masterpiece. I wish I could just like take like my brain like a SIM card and just put it into a writer's computer, and then they could like do it. The visuals in my brain would win Emmys. Those are my books. Okay, actually, I want to do more stats because last night I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, I need statistics. So I got a story graph, which gives you your monthly statistics because Goodreads only does it yearly. So in the month of October, I have read 6 books equaling 2,235 pages. A majority of my books were medium sized with 300 to 499 pages, while I believe one book was under 300 pages. So it's a smaller book. Which book is that? Less was 272 pages. That's wild. They fit a lot into 272 pages. 100% fiction. I am not really in my nonfiction bag. So if you have any recommendations for nonfiction that you're like, actually, you should read that, let me know. But I don't always seek it out. Maybe I'll do like a reading challenge where I just read nonfiction. Fun. The top genre this month was horror, slay, spooky season. And this says 50% print and 50% digital. That can't be true. Only read Cloud on a Cornfield on my Kindle. Yeah, I got a Kindle. I got a Kindle because I was getting really tired of holding the book in my bed at night with my lamp on. I really wanted a better tool for late night reading because I love falling asleep to a book. And my friend Liz is obsessed with her Kindle. So I was like, why not? Why not jump on the train? But I do prefer a physical book. I love the smell of physical books. I love the feeling of holding a book. I think I just feel so cozy and cute holding a physical book, but I'm excited about my Kindle as well. And my average rating was 3.17. Yeah, no 5 stars this month, you guys. I am excited for this upcoming month. I love November. It's my birth month. Scorpio, hey. I am optimistic about my TBR. I'm kind of mood reading right now, but I am still in the mood for a lot that was on my fall TBR, so they will still get read, I promise. But I am optimistic for this month of reading, especially now that we have these monthly check-ins. Guys, I caved. I made a TikTok. I'm on Book Talk now at Blaine's Book Club. I deleted TikTok a long time ago, and now I'm back into the swing of it. I am doing my best not to watch TikToks and just create them because I don't want to get sucked back into that universe, okay? I have recently really gotten my attention span to an impressive level for me, and and I don't want to lose it. I don't want to get sucked back into this whole TikTok world. But I really wanted to create short form content, so I did it. I did make one. If you want to go check that out. You can also follow me on Instagram, where I will also be posting short form content. Thank you so much for watching the chaoticness of this video. Sorry, or you're welcome, and I'll see you very soon. I was gonna say next week, but since I'm uploading this video so late, I'll see you this week. Bye!